Hi, I'm George Febish, and I do videos on beautiful, wonderful, fun cities around Europe. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'd like to talk about how we planned a recent trip. My love and my life partner Rory and I just went to 5 cities in 2 countries, and we spent 22 days doing that. And I'm going to show you, a summary of each of the cities and what we saw and so on. And I'll do more detailed videos later on. But the main part here is, how do you plan? How much time do you need in each place? The costs and so on. So we'll talk about some of these and hopefully help you plan your next big trip to Europe. All right. First of all, I get asked a lot on my blog and blogs how much time is needed in each place. And I think so many people spend not enough time in the cities. I hear things like, I'm going to do 11 cities in 12 days. Well, that's ridiculous. You're not going to see anything, and the only memories you're going to have when you come home is the trains or planes in between the cities. You want to go to Italy, Spain, France, Germany, wherever you're going. You want to go and remember the experience. What were these cities like? What are the people like? What is the food like? What is the wine or beer like? These are the things that you'll remember forever. So give yourself more than enough time. My rule of thumb is a large city like Rome, Florence, Venice, Madrid, Seville, Barcelona, Paris. These cities need minimum 4 to 6 days. And that's because it's not just the museums and the sites that you are going there to see. You're going there to experience life. You want to sit at an outdoor cafe. You want to sit at a bar. You want to listen to the people around you. You want to be part of the life. You want to walk the streets, enjoy what's there. These are the memories you're going to remember when you come back home. Smaller cities, you can get away. You can do day trips and see a really small city. And there's 2 that I'll talk about that we did out of Rome. Also, if you're going to a smaller city, but it's a little bit larger, it's not a little tiny town, 2 days, 3 days, give yourself the time. Now, how do you plan? What I do is I sit down and I say, okay, what countries am I interested in? Make a list. In those countries, what cities am I interested in? Add up, take each of the big cities and put down 4 or 5 days. Take each of the small cities and put down 2 days and add it up. If you find you can only take 2 weeks because you're working and you can't take more, and you've come up with 20 days, well, you got to cut something out. It's better to see what you see well than to see a whole bunch of things and never remember what's there or never experience what's there. Come back another trip, see the rest. It's not like you're never going to do it again. You should plan on trips often, as often as your budget allows. And I will be talking a little bit later on airfare or hotel, how to get those cheaper in your budget, and also what it takes to have spending money on a daily basis. All right, so now we've got our list, we've got our cities, we've got approximate days that we're going to spend in each one. The next thing you want to do, well, there's 2 things and they can be done in parallel. The first thing is planning the dates. So what's a good time for you to take vacation? If you're taking the kids, when are they going to be out of school? You want to pick your dates for yourself, it's best for you. But remember that August in these places is a terrible time. It's hot, it's extremely crowded. So you want to push yourself into September, October, or April, May. These are months that are, still nice weather. You'll be able to see things. It'll still be crowded in certain places. Rome tends to be crowded no matter when you go. But you'll enjoy it more. You won't be completely feeling like a sardine. Sit down, say, okay, we're going to take off on this day. We're going to go to this city first. We're going to spend 5 nights. Then we're going to go to this city. We're going to spend 4 nights. Then we're going to go to the smaller city and spend 2 nights, and so on. And then we're going to fly home. So have your rough itinerary. Now you want to figure out how you're moving from city to city, taking a bus, a train, or a plane. And what I do is I investigate trains and planes, basically. There are some cheap airlines in Europe. Some of them you want to watch out for. Like Ryanair, I do not like. They don't treat people well. They charge for everything, so you might think you're getting a good deal, but you're not. But, go on the internet, look up train fares from city A to city B, look up flights from city A to city B. Understand that airports tend to be farther out of town than train stations, so you're going to have to get from the airport into town. But the internet's great with those things. A lot of cities in Europe, the subways connect to the airports, so you can get in that way very, very cheap for a subway ride. Once you have that, you basically have your rough itinerary. Now the other part, the parallel part that you can plan is, okay, in each city, what do you want to see? Are you a museum person and you just want to do museums and nothing else? Are you a person that wants to see monuments and buildings and so on? Are you a foodie that wants to eat food, drink wine, drink beer, taste the experiences food-wise of each of these cities? Or maybe you're everything. Okay, you can't do everything, so you pick the 1 or 2 museums that meet your needs and are great. You pick the major monuments that you want to see, and you find little restaurants that are recommended online. You go and enjoy the food and the wine and so on. Once you have this done, you have your detailed itinerary. Now you're ready to start making reservations. Find your airfare from the States or from the UK or wherever you're coming from into the European city, and find your round trip back. Are you coming back from the same city you land in, or are you going to come back from a different city? Then you're connecting trains or planes within the country. Look up your hotels. You want to get a hotel for each of the nights, obviously, that you're there. Do some investigating. On this trip, Rory and I found that we had hotels that were listed, and every time I went in, they were $400 a night, and we got them for $100 a night. Sometimes they show up, if you check on them, and 2 days later they'll be double or triple the price. So pick your hotel, look where it is. I mean, you don't want to be completely out of the town so that it's going to take you an hour to get in and you have to worry about transportation and so on. We're walkers. We walk around everywhere. We don't typically need transportation unless we're in a hurry or it's downpour raining and we're just trying to get back without getting drenched. That did happen to us on this trip to Rome, the recent one. So where did we go and how did we plan it? The 2 countries were Spain and Italy. Rory has family in Spain, and we went to meet them and also experience. So in Spain, we went to Madrid and we went to Seville. In Seville, we wanted to see the flamenco dancers, and then every 2 years they have major contests where the best of the country are competing, and we saw one of those, and it was fantastic. We also went to Barcelona, but we only spent 2 days, and Barcelona is a big city. But our intention was not to explore the whole city. We had both been there before. I had been there 10 years ago and saw the Sagrada Familia, Gaudi's famous church, and it was still well under construction. You had to wear a hard hat when I was there last. There were bulldozers in the church moving dirt around. This time the inside was completed. The outside they're still working on. It'll still be a number of years before it's completed. And basically we just wanted to see what it was like now and how much had changed. And it was a wonderful experience. So that's the reason we didn't spend as many days as we should have there. Then we flew to Venice and spent 5 days in Venice. And then we went to Rome by train and spent 7 days there. But 2 of the days we made day trips. One, we went up to Orvieto, wonderful little town, what a fantastic white wine. And the second was Tivoli, where the famous Tivoli Gardens are. But the city of Tivoli has got an old section. It's just wonderful to walk around, have a drink, have lunch, have dinner, whatever. It's beautiful and enjoyable. Now let's go into the cities we went to, some of the things we saw in it short. And as I said before, we'll be doing a more detailed video on these later on. I hope you've enjoyed this video. The costs that I said in the beginning, um, airfares and hotels can cost, from under $100 to $1,000 for the hotels. Airfares can be several thousand down to a couple $100. I'm going to be doing a video shortly on a new website that I joined, and the airfares have been fantastic. For next year, we got airfares from Tampa, Florida to Frankfurt and back for $325 each. Fantastic price. Hotels, I basically used Orbitz, and Orbitz, you get points, and the points take money off your next buy. So every time you buy a hotel, you get some points to take off the next one. And I was finding that I was getting fantastic deals. I was basically looking for something that was roughly around $100. Venice and Rome, we ended up being $125. In Spain, we were under 100, slightly over 100. So it's your choice what you want to spend, what type of place you want to be in. But do check where the hotel is. You can find like $85 hotels and they're 35 miles outside the city. That's not good. It's not an enjoyable way to spend your vacation. So look for these videos. They'll be over the next several weeks coming out. And for now, I want to say, if you did enjoy this, please like below. Please follow my videos. They do help in producing the videos. Send me some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me where you're going. I have a group on Facebook. People post pictures in there, so please join, come in, post your pictures. We all love to see other people's experiences, what they liked, what they didn't like, and so on. And there's a lot of help. There's hundreds of people that are gurus on travel, and they'll help you get through some of the tougher spots. For now, ciao and arrivederci.